We are checking out. We are checking out Dick Gregory's "Defining Moments of Black History." Reading between the lines. Let's go ahead and check it out. And I'm gonna come back with my reaction. Hit that thumbs up button. Appreciate it.
A lot of evil went down in Mississippi, but some good happened too, because of one man, Medgar Evers. 4 little girls killed in a Birmingham church bombing in 1963. Carol Denise McNair was 11 years old when she died on September 15, 1963, and Addie Mae Collins, Carol Robertson, and Cynthia Wesley weren't but 14. All 4 of them were murdered, and if their murder wasn't the lowest act ever committed in this country, I don't want to think about what was. 4 so-called men from the Ku Klux Klan planted dynamite under the front steps of the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama. Blew the girls' bodies apart. Somebody asks you what cowardly means. Tell them that story. If the 4 Klan members had really been men, they would at least have attacked the grown black folks they had problems with. Then again, they've got a problem with all black folks, men, women, and children. That's why they're Ku Kluxes, not men. I'll give the 4 Ku Kluxes one thing. They knew what action was. It wasn't just any black church they bombed. Black folks had done a lot of organizing there. James Bevel and the Southern Christian Leadership Conference had put together the Children's Crusade there in May 1963. That was when more than 1,000 students went on a march to challenge the mayor on integration. Martin Luther King Jr., Ralph Abernathy, and many other civil rights leaders met at the church to plan voter registration drives. And I'll give the Kluxers one other thing. They probably didn't plan it this way, but what they did helped a lot of people finally see what was happening to black folks, and that helped get civil rights law passed. At one hell of a price. Over time, the bombing demonstrated something else. How much it changed in a few years. Right after the bombing took place, the FBI investigated it, but what's the point of sending one bunch of racists to catch another bunch? The local police in Birmingham had the names of the 4 from the Klan who they thought had done it, and they gave the names to the FBI. But the FBI director at the time was J. Edgar Hoover, and if black folks ever had a worse enemy than that son of a... I'll take it back. We never did. Hoover blocked the prosecution of the 4 Klan members and closed the FBI investigation. And that was it. Or that seemed to be it, until 8 years later when a man named Bill Baxley became Attorney General of Alabama. He was just a law student at the time of the bombing, so there wasn't much he could do then. But as Attorney General, he reopened the church bombing case and got access to the original FBI files. That's when he found out that the FBI had had evidence it didn't provide to the original prosecutors in Birmingham. It took 6 years to convict the first of the accused Ku Kluxers in 1977, and it took until 2000 to nail 2 more. The 4th one had died already. 2 of the others died in prison. You can do what you want in this life, but the universe will get around to you. Passage of the Civil Rights Act, 1964. Well, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 did one big thing. It put a law between us black folks and racist craziness. For example, if you were running a program that operated on money from the government and you were even thinking about discriminating against black folks, that law said, you don't get federal money if you can't prove you done this, this, and this. That made a big, big difference. People might say, I'm opening up my organization to all people out of the graciousness of my heart. And maybe they were, but mainly it was because they wouldn't get federal contracts if they didn't do so. The Civil Rights Act made it illegal to discriminate against anybody in public facilities. Made it so blacks and whites didn't have to use separate bathrooms, drink out of separate water fountains. It set up the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission to prevent discrimination in the workplace. And it gave the Attorney General the power to protect people from racism in everything from education to voting. So there's nothing you can compare to the Civil Rights Act. 99% of blacks' current success came from that law. Except it didn't happen just like that. And a lot of what made it happen had to do with things going on down south. Martin Luther King Jr. called Birmingham the most segregated city in America, so he and others set out to desegregate it. He ran the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, which organized protests. The SCLC put together boycotts of businesses that wouldn't hire blacks and trained high school and college students to sit at segregated lunch counters.
Anyway, y'all, that is defending finding moments in Black history. Reading between the lines. Dick Gregory, what a great guy, man. He was a dope ass dude, man. He passed away, what, 2 years ago? He lived to be, what, almost 100 years old? I think 98 years old. You know, the reason why he lived so long, he was a big health nut too. So he really, uh, he really took pride in his health. Anyway, so what do y'all think about this book, man? Y'all can check it out on Audible. If y'all want to check it out, but leave your comments. Subscribe to Charles and World. Appreciate it.